Imagine logging onto a live stream thinking that you're supporting this soft, innocent, aesthetic looking girl, donating your rent money, practically your life savings, and suddenly, wait, is that your grandma? Not only that, but if you donate $100,000 to her stream, she'll go on a coffee date with you. I mean, what a bargain. That is a steal of a price. This is the story of how a single PNG image created and destroyed a multi-million-dollar career in just the span of one live stream. The strongest catfisher of the modern age. This girl's name is Qiao Biluo. Born around 1990 in a small hometown village in China, she was a very soft-spoken, shy, gentle girl who had dreams of becoming an English teacher, choosing the quiet and peaceful ending, I see. But somewhere along the way, she realized, wait, this is kind of boring. And like any sane person would do, you know, when they're bored, she started working part-time at Panda TV, founded by her husband Wang Sitong, which later went bankrupt because, well, the Chinese live streaming industry is a free-for-all pretty much. If you're not top 1%, you're dust. So Qiao Biluo had to leave and figure out her next move. Eventually, she starts live streaming. Well, that's wraps. Conveniently, around this time, live streaming in China was popping off, so everybody and their grandma, I know, ironic, was live streaming. She registers on Douyu with the kind of name that you'd be using in the Qing dynasty. Your Highness, Qiao Biluo. Her setup was calculated down to the pixel. PNG image over her face with the gameplay on the side. Face reveal? But her voice? A cute, high-pitched, sweet, soft girl voice. Essentially the kind of voice that makes lonely dudes start imagining futures that don't exist. The she's not like the other girls voice. And here's where you start getting a little bit of an ick from her. She leaned hard into that shy pretty girl act, calling her mainly male audience brothers or little boys and getting all embarrassed when people complimented her. Like, oh my god, stop, you're embarrassing me, Xiaoge. And pretty much letting her fans crown her as princess, your majesty, your highness. She didn't show her face, but she wasn't stupid. She strategically showed a little cleavage here and there to tease her chat at times. Not enough to get banned, but just enough to keep them in their parasocial state. On her personal social media, she posted selfies, and these selfies showed a cute, youthful girl with pigtails, smooth skin, essentially the full East Asia beauty checklist. And she never confirmed if these selfies were fake, nor confirmed if they were real. She just let that fantasy marinate. And the more she refused to do a face reveal, the more fans obsessed over it. Come on, show your face, just once. It's not gonna hurt. Pretty please? And Qiao said, fine. Only if donations hit 100,000 yuan, so $15,000. And for some extra spice to the sauce, one single person can donate all $15,000 to her, and they will receive a special one-on-one coffee date with her in person. Crazy work. So instead of one person doing it alone, all her fans came together and coordinated. Small donations, but a big dream. Boys, huddle up. We're doing this for our princess. Within weeks, she skyrocketed to Douyu's top 20 with nearly 100,000 followers. Her monthly income was reportedly around 100 to 200,000 yuan, and that's not even counting the private Red Pocket donations she'd receive off platform. And the top donor, the legendary simp, our brother, our victim, Brother Hao, dropped 100,000 yuan directly on her alone. Brother Hao, did you even think this was okay? Whenever fans asked to meet her offline, she joked, sure, 100,000 yuan. You know, everybody laughed, except she was dead serious. People like Brother Hao genuinely thought they were part of something special, something intimate, something romantic even. But it wasn't quite the perfect parasocial experience yet, because there's one thing we haven't seen yet. This whole reputation was pretty much a ticking time bomb for her because all it took was one software glitch. So it's late at night, July 23rd, 2019. Qiao Biluo is doing a PK stream, which is basically a dual live stream where two streamers hop in a room and compete for donations. She's paired with another Douyu streamer, Mi Qingze. We'll just call her Mimi. This was a normal collab, and Qiao was doing her usual thing. Sweet voice, flirty with her fans, covering her face, and squeezing every possible donation from the guys. Then it happens. Her PNG image, her entire career, her whole defense system collapsed. Gone, vanished, glitched out of reality. And what replaces it? A middle-aged woman looking like your auntie doing Tai Chi at the local park. In this moment here, time was frozen. The chat went dead silent. And for a second, everybody was just in a state of shock. She looked a lot more round. Okay. Okay, I'm not trying to be mean here or anything, but like, you know, when you look at the before and after, it's just not quite what we expected. Everybody is just mentally buffering like, wait, Is this a filler? Am I hallucinating? They were just experiencing the 5 stages of grief now.
我不能露脸，我要过10万订阅才能露。本来我是个颜值主播的。
And here's the craziest part. She doesn't notice at all. Qiao is just talking like everything's normal. She kept talking to Mimi about how to use face covering software, and she kept bragging about, oh, I'm like a very cute, pretty face streamer. That's why I have a lot of fans, and this is why I make so much money. Deadass saying people like her because of her looks and flexing her pretty privilege. All my viewers love me because I'm cute, and you should learn from me. Maybe you should try hiding your face sometimes. Absolute cinema. Chinese netizens were brutal. One of them even joked how inspiration the story was of an old woman starting a side hustle. And Qiao, still clueless, still flirting with her chat, still being like, you boys are so naughty for wanting to see my body. And still glancing at that donation leaderboard like nothing's wrong. Except something clearly was wrong, because her top donor, Brother Hao, vanished. The man who dropped 100,000 yuan. He went offline. That right there should have been her biggest jump scare, but nope, she kept going. And at this moment, Mimi can see everything. At first, she thought this was a special effect. She even asked something like, how did you do this? I want to be a man. Joking that it's probably some kind of old person filter. Then she realizes, oh no, this is not a filter. It's reality. And to her credit, Mimi actually does try to save her. She awkwardly hints that her software might be using a different filter to make people look older. And she doesn't act surprised or laugh at all. She just had a neutral face. This might be one of the top 5 lock-ins of all time.
我们玩啥？
我玩那个玩。
我们要不要唱歌也行？我会唱歌。
It finally clicks in Qiao's head that something is wrong, and instead of shutting down the stream instantly like any sane person would, no. She goes to the worst possible strategy, lying in real time. She grabs onto the filter excuse and runs with it. Oh, it's making me look old. Technology, am I right? The stream ends shortly after and Mimi instantly deletes the entire VOD. But too late, because clips were all over social media at that point. Within hours, memes of her multiplied everywhere on Weibo and Douyu. She's called auntie, grandma, princess old lady. It was everywhere. And Brother Hao later did an interview, and you know what he said? He said he couldn't sleep because every time he closed his eyes, he would see her face. Bro got psychological damage from a live stream, alright? This is how you know it's serious. Instead of disappearing, apologizing, or even going silent for a bit, Qiao comes back swinging, with excuses after excuses. Changing hourly like she's adapting to every accusation. First, she posts heavily edited selfies and videos trying to restore her image. People pointed that out, so instead she says she was actually sick that night on the live stream, and her 58-year-old grandmother was filling in for her. So her grandma was able to perfectly mimic her voice and mannerisms. They must have had a really close relationship. Then she says, no, it was actually all under her control. Corrupt PR teams fabricated the hype. She's the victim. We're playing chess, not checkers. Then within a day, she returns to streaming and says the entire thing was a joke, a prank. She claimed that she intentionally downloaded software to make herself look older because she had a stalker at the time and she wanted to look unattractive to push him away. Which, okay, but then why did you have to lie and panic? Then she flashes a heavily edited photo on stream with the caption, brothers, please don't leave. I'll stop covering my face. I'll even show my body. So netizens start digging, and oh boy do they dig. They discovered that the selfie she posted was actually stolen from another influencer. It was literally just photoshopped and retouched. And former fans even came out saying that she directly messaged them on WeChat, demanding money like they owed it to her. And knowing Qiao at this point, instead of apologizing, she doubles down. She and her mysterious team tried to sell her live streaming IP and her account for like 500,000 yuan. And the cherry on top, she switches up on Mimi. Switching up on your day ones now, I see. She accuses her of orchestrating the entire incident for clout. She was scheming everything from the start. During the live stream, she somehow hacked into my PC to disable the PNG overlay. I don't know how she did it, but it's her fault. Even though anyone with eyes can see that Mimi was trying to help. So, on August 1st, Douyu releases an official statement. After investigating, they concluded that the entire incident was a publicity stunt orchestrated by Qiao Biluo. Then, for spreading false information, she gets permanently banned. The same day, the Chinese Association of Performing Arts Network put her on an industry blacklist, a 5-year ban. I mean, doing something so bad to get you blacklisted on Chinese social media is a feat of itself. Now Qiao is pretty much done for. But with her last breath, with her last sprint, she tries to platform hop. First Huya, she gets banned immediately. Then Billy, she opens up a new ID, still faceless, still the same old tricks. And in 1 hour, she climbs to the 9th place of the popularity chart. That's just how broken the system was. But then 2 hours later, she got banned for false identity verification. And netizens immediately found out that the picture was stolen once again. So she then tries Twitch with her usual beauty filters, of course, and only 11 viewers showed up. Global expansion failed, I guess. I mean, this entire stream lasted like an hour on the same window, and she only showed her face for like a single minute. At this point, she's fully exiled from all streaming platforms, so she tries a rebrand. She drops a documentary-style comeback video embracing her grandma nickname, pretty much talking about cyberbullying and the depression she suffered from the scandal, like positioning herself as the victim. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, we deplatform you. Eventually, she just nukes all of her accounts and disappears, or at least mostly. Some say she vanished completely, and others said that she resurfaced under new nicknames, posting life updates. Either way, Your Highness Qiao Biluo as a brand was finally dead. So yeah, this entire operation was a wild ride. I mean, stolen photos and personalities entirely built to farm parasocial relationships. Even having one guy drop 100,000 yuan alone, like, I don't know how she couldn't feel guilty throughout all of this. So yeah, if there's one takeaway, actually, if you'll excuse me, I think I'm just gonna head to the local park and gather maybe 10 to 15 Chinese aunties, put them together in a group, and start my own live streaming business.